£100 million, a British record transfer fee.
He's not a great player. He's a good player who has got a big move and has yet to do it at Man City for me.
Jack Grealish, we've got to start, and I'm smiling as I say this because I know it's going to hurt some people. We've got to start labelling this man as a flop. 44 games for City, Rob. He's only scored or assisted in 9 out of those 44 games. The man's 27. It's not as if he's a 21-year-old, and we're saying give him time. He's at the peak, the pinnacle really of where he should be in his career.
Talk to me about last season and now this season compared to. I'm not saying but it was a learning curve last year.
I feel like I've really found my feet, and I just feel so confident. I feel fit and stuff at the moment, and listen, obviously we're so happy to win the league.
It's crazy how 365 days can change the perception of a football player. Jack Grealish was considered a flop by the public. A good player? Yes. At Villa, he was fantastic and arguably the best player outside the top 6. But for £100 million, people thought Pep lost his mind. Now it's 2023, and Jack Grealish is underrated left winger who creates for the City side. In one season, Jack Grealish went from underwhelming to a star reborn. In this video, I will be looking at how Jack Grealish saved his career. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Last season wasn't the best for the $100 million man. He struggled to get off the bench, and for most games he looked out of place in the City side. Last season in 39 games he had 6 goals and 4 assists in all competition. Going into this new season, it was considered a make or break season for Jack Grealish, and well, Super Jack became a man possessed. Grealish was decent before the World Cup, but after the World Cup, he arguably became one of the top wingers in the league. A big factor for Jack's improvement is the consistent game time he's been getting at Manchester City. With Phil Foden missing large portions of the season due to injury, Grealish was able to get consistent game time, which was vital for his confidence, which he's admitted to struggling ever since coming to City. Speaking of Sky Sports back in January, Grealish said the following: "I came into City having been at Villa my entire life. I've never had to change. I didn't realize how hard it was to adapt to a different team and manager. This season, there's been many factors that has helped Jack Grealish have a good campaign. Like Manchester City selling Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. This meant Grealish was going to get more game time because those two players were higher in the pecking order for that left wing position. Raheem Sterling scored 131 goals and 95 assists in his whole Manchester City career. Jesus, on the other hand, scored 95 goals and assisted 46 times in his City career. Two players that Pep trusted and used for many years. So Grealish being the new guy in a different system, it was easy for Pep to go to his go-to guys. City selling 2 attacking players gave Grealish a chance to have more playing time and more responsibilities in terms of creating chances, which he's done it brilliantly. This season in the Champions League, Jack Grealish has created the most chances in this year's campaign, creating 3.5 chances per 90. Pep's new formation, playing a 3-2-4-1 with John Stones coming in midfield when City has the ball, has helped Jack Grealish tremendously. He stays wide, spreads the pitch, recycles the ball well, and when he has space, he drives forwards. He doesn't ever get dispossessed, either passing it or getting a shot off or even drawing a foul. The problem I felt last season with Jack Grealish was he was in 2 different minds. It didn't seem clear what he wanted to do when he had the ball, because at Villa he was the superstar and everything went through him. It was almost like he was playing hero ball. At City he learned that you must be calm and precise. Grealish has added an element of control to City's attack and generating space for City's other offensive players to flourish. An underrated aspect that Jack Grealish doesn't get applause for is his work rate. He works his socks off in games. With 4 players in midfield, Grealish is able to have the freedom on the left side where he's able to cut in on his right foot and create. And as well as Erling Haaland, giving him a striker to play off of. When Haaland is occupying the center halves, there's going to be a lot of free space for the likes of Grealish to make his move into those areas. Playing with a center forward like Erling Haaland gives Grealish a target to play to. Jack Grealish falls into the category of second season ballers at Manchester City. There's been a pattern of football players at Manchester City who have a decent first season, but in the second season, they're a player reborn. The likes of Riyad Mahrez, João Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake has all had this. Pep looks at football much different than the rest of the world, so getting used to his demands are challenging and it takes time to adapt to his philosophies. Once you get the first season under your belt, your second season you understand what Pep wants from you on the field and you're able to be the best version of yourself. John Stone even talked about how Pep brain works in football and how different it is compared to the rest of us. Here's the clip.
I think I was his second signing to City. The lessons of knowing football and knowing how to beat teams or beat different things or systems. I honestly thought I knew football to a decent degree after I left Everton. After I turned up and started training after a week or two, I thought I literally know nothing about football. How his mind thinks about football and how he expresses that over to us as players to get us to do what he wants and what he thinks and what he believes is incredible. And then obviously the trophies that come with that, he speaks for himself. It's because he's done it everywhere and he's still got that hunger now to go and do more.
Pep has clearly put his trust into Grealish, and clearly it's worked out since they're only 2 wins away from completing the treble. Overall, if you look at the stats this season, Grealish has only had 5 goals and 7 assists in the season in all competition. But football is way more than just stats. When you watch Grealish, it's like a constant threat on the left. He's able to create golden opportunities for this team that's on the edge of winning a treble. This redemption arc by Jack Grealish is a beautiful thing to watch. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.